Hi there, this is Doc Angie, and I'm here to give myself permission to be imperfect. Today I want to teach everyone or instruct or guide you on how to make these permission cards. This was inspired by a lesson given by Stephanie Gagos and Susan Ariel Rainbow Kennedy, who that's the first time I've heard the concept of giving yourself permission slips. So I'm giving myself permission to play and have fun, and I'm going to teach everyone how to make your own permission cards using materials you have handy. It could be anything you have around the house, actually, from playing cards to... I cut up some cardboard from a cracker box, and it's pretty thick cracker box, the wheat thins. And you could also use cereal box, probably. Now, there's some concern that the acid content of this might eventually affect your artwork, but honestly, I've had materials on cardboard for 20-30 years, and it has not really affected it too much. So depending, I would not sell this as something unless it was acid free, but if you're making it for yourself, I don't see how it could hurt to, as these things are really for you, as a reminder, like an affirmation, permission to be imperfect, permission to play and have fun, permission to be bold and have courage, and permission for me to get out more with others. I needed to give myself a lot of permission to do things, and I think if you think about it, maybe a permission to experiment, permission to try new things. I also have permission to be pampered. How often do we forget to pamper ourselves when we have no problem pampering our family members, our children especially, and a permission to tell my story. I have a lot of stories to tell. But anyway, today I'm going to tell you my story on how I made this particular card. Because I'm going to demonstrate how you can make the background look like a rainbow like this. And then you can put any permission you want. As you can see, I have one that was already painted earlier. But we're going to start with a new one. And just for, well, you can see this side is a little bit smoother than this side of the box that has the brand name on it. So we'll start that. I have some gesso here, or you could just use white acrylic, but I'm gonna, since I have the gesso, I think this would be better and it will dry faster. Gesso is very similar to white acrylic. That is white acrylic mixed with some substrate to help make your surface absorb the paint. Doesn't say what's on here, but at any rate, it probably has things like some sort of bicarbonate, some sort of powder, cornstarch or something like that. And you could probably make your own. I know there are recipes to make your own gesso, but I use it so much it would take too much time for me to make it. So I'm just dipping my brush directly into my gesso and putting it right onto my cardboard surface. I'll probably do this a couple times. And I really should give it some time to dry. So give it a few minutes to dry. Or if you happen to have a hair dryer handy, you can blow dry it. Okay, now it's dry enough to paint color on. I'm going to start with the red. And if you're curious, it's just regular craft paint. basic all-purpose acrylic craft paint. Put a little bit red up here because that's where I'm gonna. Now I'm gonna grab my blue. Red and blue give you a nice purple. Now I'm going to grab yellow. This will give you the rainbow effect. The only trouble is trying to keep the yellow and blue make the green. Yellow and red make orange. So now you can see a pretty good gradient there. Smaller brush. Make sure it's clean. Red and yellow make the orange. Might need to add more red. Grab more blue here. Some green. It's still very wet. Now you have that nice rainbow background. I encourage you to experiment. I'm going to let that dry, then I can add words to it. So that's coming up next. So there's your background. Now it's dry enough to write on. You can use a number of things. I have Sharpies. I use water-based Sharpies. They work nicely. You could use gel pens. And whatever you have, I think even pencils would work too. These probably work as well. But I use my gel pens. my Sharpies. So I'm giving myself permission, and I'm going to start with black. I'm going to start with a fine point. Looking for one with a good tip on it. So I'm going to write the word permission. To create. And here at this point you can put any decoration you like. I'm just going to do a little doodling here. Love how the white just pops right out. So sometimes we need to give ourselves permission to do things. And these reminders encourage and invite us to do what we to do the things that we that make our hearts happy. All right, thank you for watching, and have fun making your own permission cards. Remember, give yourself permission to play and have fun.